Here we go, UFC Tampa, lock of the week, right, with Pro Schmo Bets. Listen, all we do is take Jacob's lock of the week from WeWantPicks.com and we apply it to our machine learning system. We did it last week. All right, so he chose Cody Durden, and we applied Joshua Van Cody Durden to our machine learning system, and it produced odds and the winning side for us. All right, and we saw Joshua Van win by a mile, period. All right, now moving on. This week he chose Adrian Yanez, man. Relentless boxer. This guy has proven so much in his division, although I do believe he's quite undersized for being a bantamweight. All right, I think that had he debuted flyweight and remained consistent, working on his grappling, because he is a black belt, a jiu-jitsu, Brazilian jiu-jitsu black belt, I think he would have made better strides than what he did in the bantamweight division. Now, he's a relentless boxer, who enjoys a good jab to the face to lower his opponents, and he does it very effectively. And he does have vulnerabilities that I think Daniel Marcos can exploit, but you can say the same for Adrian Yanez. Now, I'll take you back to where I think the proportions are just not fair. So Rob Font looked a little, too tall, and his arm reach was a little too long. And I didn't find that consistent with Adrian Yanez. It was no surprise to me that Adrian Yanez got caught, especially when walking backwards. Anytime you have Adrian Yanez walk backwards is a problem. Now, am I here to suggest Daniel Marcos will be walking down Adrian Yanez? Absolutely not, right? Adrian Yanez wants this fight in the pocket. Daniel Marcos isn't going to give him the fight in the center of the octagon. If anything, Daniel Marcos is a powerful boxer, and he has wicked kicks, man, to the body, to your legs. And if you think about how Adrian Yanez provides a guard, with his left arm, he comes down to protect his rib area. If you watch tape enough on Adrian Yanez and kickboxers who have faced him, fighters who utilize kicks, push kicks, for spacing, distance, range, it's always proved effective against Adrian Yanez. So I think that, with the combinations that end for Daniel Marcos with some wide hooks, and if he could find Adrian Yanez against the fence, he could potentially finish Adrian Yanez this way, folks. All right, it would be of Adrian Yanez's benefit to finish Daniel Marcos in the first round, provided he is a slow starter, something like Marlon Vera, considerably slow. But Daniel Marcos has also proved to be a bit more patient now. And if this fight goes into the second and third round, we also know that despite Daniel Marcos having suffering cardio, he does not back down. He's got a strong chin, man, and he does seek the finish. If he smells blood in the water, he knows he's a shark. And I think this is tough. This is a great fight, man. Folks are telling me through and through the day that Adrian Yanez is potentially getting finished. They're telling me he's very vulnerable. I don't know, folks. This is tough. It's a tough fight, to call. I know that, Daniel Marcos is winning this fight by a landslide. Adrian Yanez has had his days, man. He's had his days fighting the best of the best in his division. As I said, opening up in this video, had he been a flyweight, and developed his game planning around his grappling, because he is a black belt, we may have seen a different sort of success on Adrian Yanez. But relying on his power and his speed and lowering opponents with his jab, I think you do so much tape on him, it's quite obvious to figure him out. And so it could be a potential boring decision or a finish against the fence there for Daniel Marcos against Adrian Yanez. All right, folks, so you heard it here first. All right, I'll catch you next year. We'll catch you next year. You want bets, predictions, summaries. If you want to read more in detail about this particular pick, we will cover the techniques involved, the odds that the machine learning does produce for us. Then you visit us at proschmobets.com. Other than that, you heard it here first. Catch you on the flip side.